Hello Yaril.
Hello.
Hello François-Régis.
Hello.
Hello Tumala.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon, good evening.
So you are from which company?
Yeah, hello. Hi, my name is Shiva. I'm working for AMD. Yeah, this is my first time. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Hello, Kilian. Jouni joined from
Hello
meeting.
Yuni. Hello Praveen.
So Guillaume, hello everybody.
Hello Carlo.
Hello, good afternoon.
Que fue intensa, digamos, para nosotros, porque estábamos en la expectativa de realmente dedicarnos. Pero no, muchas reuniones, bueno, tampoco lo que.
Hello Andrew.
Hello.
Hello Nicoletta.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so I propose we start this TSC. Hello Riyad. Okay.
Hello.
Puedes imaginar, hay muchos paneles en el aire.
This is the TSC number 64. Concerning our administrative topics, we have a participation today from Telecom Italia, Orange, Dutch Telecom not yet, Telefonica, Vodafone, Ericsson and Nokia. So we have reached our quorum, minimum quorum, and we are also pleased to welcome other participants from Linux Foundation, from AMD, from Red Hat, and from SUSE. Did I miss someone? No? Okay. So this meeting will respect the Linux Foundation policies. Our following technical steering committee will be the 26th of November. And for today on the general news, so today Sylva is 3 years old, so it's her birthday. I think we have a couple of feedback from exec sponsor, from ARPIT, from the Linux Foundation Europe to give feedback on the dynamism of this community and the achievement we all together delivered since 3 years. So I think that we can be proud of the results, and many challenges in the coming months, also to extend this ambition. Concerning Equinix, we have also good news for today. So they proposed us to have an extension of 3 months of their metal usage, of their metal offer. So it gave us more time to finalize the migration project. So it's a very good news because we are not in a comfortable position for this migration. It gives less pressure on Matthew. And our general topic for today, we will have a demo from the working group 4, and Praveen is with us. So Praveen, I will let the floor at the end of this meeting, so you can run this demo. As far as I understood, it was based on our green dashboard.
Yes.
Right. On the following TSC, we will have a proposal to have an extension of the Kubernetes autoscaler to be more efficient. So we will have less CO2 emission. And Benoît Lemoine will present this approach to have or not the support of the Sylva community before going to Kubernetes community to propose this evolution. So it's not so usual that we are going to contribute directly to a kernel of Kubernetes. Before following to the other topics, is there any item to add in the future agenda of the TSC as the focus? Because with Carlo, we prefer having one focus per TSC because experience shows that it's not easy to have more. No topic? Okay. Concerning the governing board, so the governing board will be tomorrow. As it is the budget and tech priorities governing board for all 2026, I think in the coming TSC, we will share the outputs concerning the tech priorities. We will be aligned with the different members of the board. Okay. Is there a question? No. Okay, concerning governance topics. So before giving the floor to Yaril, if you have any topics related to governance, we can manage in this section. And Yaril, you have one.
Hi. As you all know, the time to elect your 2 TSC co-chairs is upon us. I've created a document just to outline the timeline as well as the process that we will follow. I have shared that, as you can see here. So we're looking to start the call for nominations today. And if you scroll down to the bottom portion of that, anyone who's part of the TSC is able to nominate themselves or nominate another TSC member. I've included a form there for you to submit those nominations. We would like that you submit those by Friday, November 28th at the end of the day. Pacific Standard Times should allow for all of you to enter that. I will also send reminders to the TSC. Once I have all those nominations, on Monday, I will send a link to cast your votes, and that's going to run through December 15th, and that's when the voting will end. And on Tuesday, December 16th, we'll announce the winners. And I'm sorry, I have a typo there actually. It's January 1st, 2025. I can fix that. The term will begin January 1st, 2026, and will run through the end of that year. Does anyone have any questions about that process? Okay. Well, I've included my email there. If you have any questions or concerns, please go ahead and email me. I did include, it's in the technical charter that you all have, but I did provide links to that, as well as outline the responsibilities for the TSC chairs. But if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll be happy to work with you on that.
Yeah, concerning this document, do you want me to copy paste the content of this document in the TSC minutes, or you want to use this Google Doc link? And I will just refer to this Google Doc link.
I feel free to include them in the minutes. That's whatever is easiest. This is a document that I've created. I put into the elections folder that we have here. And I'll share that with Esther so that it's something that she can use moving forward, just to make the timeline a little more visible for you all. So whatever is easiest for you. I went to GitLab. It looks like I still can't edit, but I can check with you offline on that. I'd be happy to submit that myself.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any question to Yaril? No. So if you want to be to become the new TSC co-chair, you know what you have to do. And for any question, please contact Yaril. She can provide more information about the role or the next step. Concerning work group 1, so concerning the development of the cloud stack, Matthew.
Hello, everyone. So just to tell you that we had a presentation about a new feature that we recently introduced into the Sylva stack. It is called Goldfinger. It's a tool to manage and monitor and debug any network related issue. So it offers you some possibilities to efficiently monitor the networking part of Sylva stacks in prod or in dev environments. It's really useful for DevOps and for developers. So I don't think the slides are already available in the workgroup 1 repository. Anyway, it will be there very soon now. It has been done by Orange, and we will push them in the corresponding repository. Another announce that I have to do today is that I'd like to delay a little bit the 1.6 release. It was targeted for end of November. We still miss a lot of features that we can consider as blocker, or things that we are that we need to keep working on for them to be part of 1.6. We'd like to agree on having a new date for the feature freeze, which would be the 10th of December, in order to have the GA for 1.6 the 17th of December, before the vacation period, actually.
Okay, so the Sylva, the 1.6 will be our Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Okay. Any question to Matthew? And also, don't hesitate to raise the topic if this new planning is bringing some tension within your your implementation or your technical strategy for other members? We shared this during the TSC preparations for the leaders, but for the others, don't hesitate to give feedback. I think the impact on Telecom Italia and Telefonica was manageable, but you can confirm, and I'm not aware about other potential impact for the other members. Carlo?
No, I confirm that there is no problem with us.
Yeah, and with us, with Telefonica, neither. No problem, no big impact. We can accept this.
Okay. Thank you. Any question to Matthew, more broadly? An additional comment on the Workgroup 1. It's between Workgroup 1 and Workgroup 7. We have many discussion about CNI evolution. Nothing mature yet to share it at the TSC level, but we want to manage having a modern CNI with egress features, but also if we can have multi-tenancy support and of course still be under open source license. So we are searching not an easy solution, and so we continue to investigate this topic. Okay, concerning
on the same at the border between Workgroup 1 and Workgroup 2, we keep working on introducing the NM state operator in the stack that would be then compatible with at least Leap Micro, but other distributions. So this work is ongoing, and we may have it as a tech preview for 1.6.
So what will be the value of NM state operator?
It allows you to easily manage the reconfiguration of node of the networking stack of the node without having to redeploy the node itself. So it's a convenient way to address advanced networking features without node rolling upgrades and upgrading the entire clusters.
Okay, so we can have benefits for the owner of the different validation center, correct?
Yeah, if you struggle with adding some VLANs or creating bridge, or it also comes with a better way, or a way actually that can be used in production for adding kubevia traditional interfaces managed by a bridge attached to a VLAN or any kind of interface you need. So far, we were not able to do that. It's easy to do with an NM state operator, but it is only compatible with OSs that are coming with a network manager for managing the networking stack. This is why I'm saying that today it's compatible with Leap Micro, with I think Red Hat OSs are compatible with that. This operator is coming from the OpenShift ecosystem, and we have to discuss with Canonical whether it's compatible with their OS or not.
Okay, so compatible with Leap Micro and Core OS, and perhaps with Ubuntu. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Matthew. Any question to Workgroup 1? No. Okay, Luis.
Okay, in Workgroup 2, we already, you may remember, we initiated a subgroup for flavor validation, so the stack validation for new flavors. some weeks ago. We are progressing with that. We already identified the requirements, and we are reviewing actually in the next hour. After this meeting, we have the next meeting of this subgroup. We are reviewing for each one of the requirements, the criteria to consider it validated. I expect to have this listed or completed in the next 3 or 4 weeks, and then start writing any scripts as needed, if any is needed. So we are progressing there. And in the actual validations, we have 4 in the back, well, actually being validated. We have been for a long time with these 4. 2 of them are closed, the Juniper firewall and the Juniper router. The 2 Juniper ones are close to be validated. The Juniper router right now is debugging some errors in the deployment, which is something positive. It's demonstrated that validation also helps workloads to identify potential issues. So they are debugging the deployment, some errors in the deployment on this Sylva agnostic stack. So it's some feedback that we also provide to the workload, and we expect this to be solved soon. And the 2 others, we are still initiating them. Actually, with Mavenir, we are still reviewing the validation process or agreeing with the vendor, with the provider, with Mavenir, the validation process, and the Suma networks we are about to initiate. Okay, so we are progressing with this. We want to have the 2 ones, the Juniper ones, close in the next couple of weeks. And enough final element that we want to do is complete the setting up of the Open Nebula configuration. So we are building a validation platform with Open Nebula as the virtualization infrastructure with an RKE on top. And we are close to actually the functional test to demonstrate it is actually valid have been done. And we are working on the in-service upgrade, demonstrating the in-service upgrade. So it's close, and we expect to have it in the next couple of weeks or so, close to have a new validation platform with a different configuration. And that's all for the last 2 weeks.
Any question to Luis? Okay, so I've got one on my side. So this Open Nebula will be on Telefonica 5, correct?
No, it will be on Open Nebula side, but managed or supported by the team from the Telefonica one. So it will be an Open Nebula platform. Actually.
Interesting to have a new partner opening their validation center. Okay. Very good. Concerning, so sorry, before switching to workgroup 3, any question to Luis? No? Okay. So François-Régis, concerning workgroup 3.
Hello, everyone. On our side, no major progress since last TSC. We just continue to work on the hardening guidelines. So we covered several topics regarding the operating system on Kubernetes hardening. We also discussed access management on the usage of NHSM. So it's just the beginning of the document. We just list some elements, and we need to detail the parts. We also want to demonstrate the CVD process we made on our group to the workgroup 1. So we'll discuss with Matthew to plan this for the next workgroup 1 meeting.
Sorry to interrupt you, François-Régis, but just to highlight that the CVD process, it's part of the cyber risk
TRA, yes.
TRA, yeah.
Yeah, it's mandatory for Sylva project. So we will manage this through GitLab issues. So we'll see if the main core maintainer are okay with this process.
Okay. And you are asking for a decision?
Yes, we want to improve the security regarding the access to the GitLab Sylva project. So we want to enforce the two-factor authentication. The idea is to secure the secrets or the piece of code we have within this GitLab project. So one solution is to add two-factor authentication. So if you agree on this, we can activate it with a delay to let people activate their two-factor authentication. I don't know if you have a global view of the ones who already have this enabled, but we can enforce users to use it for the Sylva project.
Yeah, so is it for all the Sylva roles? I mean, developer, guest, maintainer, owner, or is it for some specific role?
Maybe the developer, from developer to maintainer.
Okay, so developer, maintainer, and owner. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The one with access to elements, maybe privilege, like secrets to the infrastructure, underlying infrastructure used by the GitLab CI, for example, or other kind of stuff.
Okay. So is it clear for all before going to a vote? Or is there any clarification question on this? Yes, Luis?
Yes, I have one question. This two-factor authentication, this will happen every time you enter, or there's a cookie or something that expires? Because I think I already have to enter. I receive a code to my email every now and then. Is it activated already for some roles? Because if I'm not wrong, I receive a code to my email when I enter, when I have not been entering for 1 week or so.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. You receive an email or you perform OTP, but it's not every day.
It's not okay.
It depends on the location you access to the GitLab, also the network you use.
Maybe
so
depends
there is some,
when I change device or something. Okay, no, to me it's okay. Security feature is a good thing. Okay.
And using API, so with tokens, it's not used. So it's mainly to have an access to the GitLab GUI.
Okay.
So for the developers, it's not a big issue, I think.
I have also the same process than Luis on my side. So I've already this two-factor authentication based on mail.
Yeah, it's quite common, I think. So it's not so few people maybe that will manage this part, but
Okay. So for a vote on this, Carlo, are you okay?
Yes, it's okay. I'm already in your same situation, and
okay. Yes. So orange is okay. DT is not here. No. Telefonica?
Okay, I'm okay.
Nicoletta? Nicoletta, you're on mute. Riyad?
Yes.
Uni?
Yes, okay.
Okay, so I will copy paste the proposal for Nicoletta, but at least we have already the minimum participant to vote. Okay. Any question to François-Régis? No? Okay. So we're going to, no, we will close with work group 4. So Wamin is not here. So the main topic for today is the demo. Concerning communication and adoption, don't know, perhaps we can try to manage it, Nicolas?
Yep. So I'm not the most active participant these days, but I can make a status on the last developments. So there was a Linux Foundation Europe Summit that took place in Ghent, end of October. So there is an article in preparation just to communicate on that. And there is a note that the meeting was very well organized and that we could present Sylva, plus also participate to a panel dedicated to the project. So good visibility for the project during this event. In terms of event, what's ahead of us is the Mobile World Congress as well. One big event. So there is something being organized with SUSE, which proposes to have part of their booth hosting Sylva, hosting the Sylva, a demonstration of Sylva, so which revolves around the Open Run, if memory serves. So there are two things actually. There will be a Sylva part to demonstrate with the demo on the Open Run, and there could be also interviews of executives regarding their involvement in the Sylva project. And it's a bit early because it's not yet finalized, but to the very least, Orange will participate to this part. So that's for the Mobile World Congress. Guillaume, I don't know if you had any information to add for the Mobile World Congress.
Tim is here also. So, if you want to add some.
Yeah, so maybe the only thing I would like to add is that we would very much welcome volunteers from the community to help staff the Sylva presence on the booth. I would really appreciate if we would have a diverse set of representatives from the community. We can organize something like a time schedule where we can then also announce that particular members of the community are present on the booth. So if anyone wants to come and speak to anyone specifically, we can let the general public know who is going to be available when. There will, of course, be a constant staffing predominantly by the participants in the technical demo. And Guillaume is going to spend a good amount of time on the booth for other reasons. But I just want to make sure everybody understands that we're welcoming and inviting other representatives of the Sylva community to participate in representing the project at the conference. And then we will later be back with the exact details on how the logistics are going to be organized. But I just wanted to make sure everybody understands we have this possibility.
Very clear, Tim. Thank you for the addition. If there are no questions, so I guess, Tim, maybe what we are going to do is at the workgroup 5 level, set up an online document to allow people to register. It will be easier than to have people registering like, okay, I can be present from that time to that time on that day. This could be easier to organize.
Yes, we will most likely set up a spreadsheet where we will sort of identify time slots that people then can grab according to their own availability. At the end of the day, this is going to be about communicating this as well. Like, for example, we know that the journalist and analyst community sometimes appreciates getting a diversity of perspectives for their coverage of the event. So they may want to come back a couple of times and talk to different people. And this is a good way of like dragging additional attention to the project, right? When it's not just about seeing a presentation of the slides by whoever ends up being on the booth at that time, but also talking to other members of the community. And of course, like I know that not everybody has the same level of presence at the event. So in some cases, it may be useful for people to also get some additional visibility.
So I see we have a meeting from the Workgroup 5 tomorrow. I don't know if you plan to attend, Tim, but we can put that on the all these important details. We can tackle them tomorrow in order to address them with the rest of the team.
I was planning to be there tomorrow because I think Rajesh is tied up in KubeCon this week.
Okay. Speaking of KubeCon, this is another big one that is coming our way early next year. So first of all, there are two news. The first one is that Sylva project, together with Linux Foundation Networking, will sponsor the Telco Day. I anticipate a bit because it's going to be voted tomorrow during the governing board. But you see, I'm so optimistic. I already anticipate a yes. So okay, you will have the official confirmation after the governing board of tomorrow. I really don't see why we wouldn't, because it gives us the opportunity to have to be part of the open keynote, or to have a keynote to communicate directly on Sylva. So it gives a lot of visibility on the project. So okay, anticipating a yes, confirmation to be sent tomorrow for that. And there is also another one, which is a Sylva Dev Day. Guillaume, I saw that you issued a vote in the Slack. And so the date that got the most voted was March 27th, which is, I think, the last day of the event. So yeah, so we're going to take that and start organizing the event. As I said, tomorrow we have a meeting from the Workgroup 5. So we'll start organizing it based on that date.
So it will be a full week from Monday to Friday, from the Telco Day to the Sylva Dev Day.
Maybe we can rename that the Sylva Week to be more ambitious, and from Monday to Friday or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So it will be in Amsterdam. Yeah, as you said. So start preparing your trips and book your tickets. There will be a lot of Sylva content and events, as said by Guillaume, from Monday to Friday. So a very nice opportunity to get together. And that's almost it. We're still working on the Sylva video. There was a first proposal by Self-Focus, and we are working on the branding of the video. So it's still a bit early. So still a work in progress.
Thank you, Nicolas. I took some minutes, so I can share after all.
Thank you, Guillaume.
Any question to Nicolas? The Workgroup 5? No? Okay. So concerning Workgroup 6, so Morgan, I'm not sure is with us, but he shared to us the content of the next session. Sorry, on the last session. It was on last Friday. It was Friday morning to have the opportunity to integrate also Telstra in the discussion. So we try to extend our community also to Australia. And so we have, I've not watched the recording with Stéphane Prodan presenting the evolution of FluxCD, but I think it can be very interesting. But so you have access to the record on the link shared by Morgan in the chat, and of course I will take this link to put in the minutes. And concerning Workgroup 7, I think they did not have any meetings since our last TSC. So I propose to skip this one to let the floor to Praveen. Praveen, you can take the screen sharing for the demo.
Okay. Thank you, Guillaume. Okay, so let me share my screen. So before the demo, let me just give you a recap. Like in the last month, we have tagged our release of 1.0.2 for the green dashboard. So, what we have achieved in that release. So we have, I think my screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay, so in this release, we have introduced a country variable where we can distinguish between the Sylva clusters in different data centers which are deployed across geographical location. So you can, whatever, you can just have a filter around the country variable. And the second major task that we have achieved in this release is the PUE and kilowatt to CO2 factor, which we can configure for a particular data center on the green dashboard. And accordingly, according to these values in the backend, the calculation will happen for the energy and the CO2 consumption for each data center. And apart from these two major parts, we have also done some small addition of the bare metal platforms with management and workload clusters, and their metrics can also be visualized on the green dashboard. And we have also done some existing works for the release that we have uh, fixed last time. So we have some existing works. So we have removed those works and we have fixed them. So I will let Shantanu to share the screen for the demo. So this is the recap for the release that we have done. And next to Shantanu to share the glimpse of the green dashboard.
All right. Thanks, Praveen. I hope I'm audible and my screen is visible.
You see your screen. It's okay.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Okay, so I'll first walk you through this web application that we integrated, developed and integrated into this dashboard. The main purpose here is to have these two crucial variables like PUE factor and kilowatt to CO2 factor to be configured right from the dashboard itself, mainly for the operations people who are going to manage this dashboard from a centralized level. So to give a picture of this solution, I'll start with this solution diagram. So it's an we assume that whatever the configuration of PUE factor and kilowatt hour to CO2 factor, it is going to be managed by the operations only. And this is the centralized query part, which is Thanos, where it will be collecting data from all of the Sylva data centers. And the goal here is to store these values as the time series at the same level itself. So of course we want it to be configured at the same centralized level only. So we deployed and developed a web app that takes these values as an input from the user and writes it to a Prometheus text file, which are scraped by a Prometheus that we deployed solely for this purpose only. And so now these value will be stored as the time series in the Prometheus that we deployed, and it is further integrated with our centralized Thanos. So now they are going to be stored in this central component only. So to give a view of that, so this is how these values are stored as the time series, and this makes it easier to be able to use them in the queries here to calculate the platform CO2 because they are time series, and also it is uh, a nicer approach to also track the changes in the values of these variables. So I think for now it's very simple web app where we have to manually put the name of the data center that we have, like Sylva 1 and Sylva 2 that we have in this dashboard. You can see in the drop down. So and this panel shows what are the current configured values. So for now, this design looks like this panel is used to configure the values, and this is showing what are the values currently configured in the system. So I can just change it to any other arbitrary value like this. It's the submit button. So if I refresh, so this is the values configured, and it also affects we can see the values of the platform CO2 over here. So and also we can also see here the change like this. So that's about this functionality that we added in this platform. If you have any questions, please. And in addition to this, we have the country variable also above. So we have each one data center in each country. And if we select a France, then we have a data center. If you can see, we have a France and we have the platform details here. And we don't have the details in the Sylva 2 because Sylva 2 is in India. So if you see in Sylva 2, can you see? Show Shantanu. Okay, so this data center does not exist in the France, so it will show the null values and only the data center one values will be there. And if we select the different country, like India, so we have the details because Sylva 1 resides in the France, so we have the details in India side for the Sylva 2. So this functionality is working fine here also. So that's the major part that we have covered as a part of 1.0.2 release. Any questions?
Thank you. It's an important demo because the ambition of this workgroup 7, one of the first goals was to measure the CO2 emission per data center, per namespace. So yeah, it's covering one of the main objectives of this project. So I know that there are many other things where we can go deeper, but at least it's a good deliverable.
Thank you.
Any question to Praveen or Shantanu? No? Okay. Before closing this TSC, if you have any question more broadly, so don't hesitate to ask. No? Okay. If you have anything for the coming TSC, don't hesitate to ping Carlo or I, at least for this year, because for next year we'll see what will happen after the election. And see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.